Welcome to Time Warp Tales. I'm Brielle, and today we're time traveling to ancient Greece. Picture this: it's 2,500 years ago, and an entire city of 15,000 people climb up a hillside to watch actors in giant masks perform stories that'll make them laugh, cry, and think about life in completely new ways. In the next few minutes, we'll explore the world of ancient Greek theater, the heart wrenching tragedies, hilarious comedies, and the brilliant playwrights who created them, and how theater became the heartbeat of Greek community life. Tragedy, drama that changed hearts. Tragedies dealt with fate, family secrets, and impossible moral choices. Heroes were powerful but flawed. They made mistakes that led to their downfall. The goal was catharsis, helping audiences release their emotions and learn about life. Sophocles' Oedipus Rex tells the story of a king who tries to escape a prophecy but ends up fulfilling it. Olysippus flees his supposing parents after hearing an oracle tell him he would kill his father and marry his mother, only to unknowingly kill the actual king Latus at a crossroads, and Larry may marry the widowed queen Jacquitut. The tragedy unfolds as a plague strikes his city, and his investigation into it causes him to unearth his own horrific past. Have you ever tried so hard to avoid something that you actually made it happen? That's what Greek tragedies explored. Greek plays weren't just sad stories, they helped people understand that even heroes face consequences for their choices and actions. Hold on tight while we have our first sponsor, Healthy Pup Dog Food. Healthy Pup make dogs so strong with nutrition all day long. Some protein there, some vitamins there. There's a crunch crunch everywhere. Healthy Pup makes dogs so strong. Happy tails are wagging free, shiny coats for all to see. With good calcium there, omega oils there, a bark there, a bark there. Everywhere a happy bark. Happy tails are wagging free. Comedy. Laughter with a purpose. Greek comedians made fun of politics, celebrities, and everyday situations. They used physical comedy, wordplay, and ridiculous costumes. But comedy wasn't just for laughs. It criticized society and made people think. Aristophanes was the king of comedy. Imagine a comedian today made fun of the president, your mayor, and your neighbor all in one show. Aristophanes, the ancient Greek playwright, is considered a master of old comedy. His satirical approach was bold, frequently featuring direct mockery of powerful political figures, promoted generals, and even famous philosophers and artists of his time. In modern times, his work was the equivalent of a comedian publicly lambasting contemporary leaders like U.S. president or local mayors, while also criticizing well-known cultural icons like a famous musician or a promote tech CEO, and perhaps a common social artifice, the equivalent of a neighbor, all in the same performance. His plays were known for their outrageous plot, fantastic elements, and even their scatological humor, making them highly effective, abetted controversial vehicles for social and political commentary. A fun fact is that actors wore padding costumes to look silly, and some comedians even had characters riding on giant beetles or flying into the clouds. What would you make of a comedy about your school or town? The Greeks weren't afraid to poke fun at anyone. Posey's makeup looks so great, colors bright and long lasting. Can wear 'em anywhere, from a fancy dinner to just at home. Beauty shines from day to day. Your lipstick, your blushin' too. Quality you can depend on. Posey's makeup is your friend. Confidence will always show. Posey's makeup makes you glow. The legendary playwrights. Inspiring and thoughtful people. Let's talk about some people that made most of the Greek plays possible. Archelaus. As mentioned in the previous segment, the father of tragedy. He wrote about gods, fate, and justice, like an ancient superhero movie writer. Ocallates, often referred to as the father of tragedy, was the first of three ancient Greek people whose plays have survived to present day. He primarily focused on grand themes such as gods, exploring the complex and often fearsome power of them, fate, examining the inviolable nature of destiny and limits of free human will, justice, developing into evolution from blood vengeance to a system of civic justice, and a central theme as his oral tragedy. His innovative approach, including the introduction of the second actor, explained the possibilities of his drama and laid out foundation for Western theater. Soccolares, the perfectionist, created the most well-structured plays and amazing character development. Soccolares was a perfectionist. In ancient Greek tragedy, he renowned for creating well-structured plays with deep character developments. His innovations included introducing third character actors and complement plots, and his master of techniques like drama irony to build tension and physical richness. His surviving works, such as Apollonie's Rex and Agathon, were celebrated for their formal perfection and vivid characters. Aquamaries, the innovator, wrote about real people's problems and strong women characters. Aparles was an innovative playwright who challenged traditional norms by focusing on the realistic problems of ordinary people and creating complex, strong female characters. His plays often portrayed women with detailed intelligence, some too critical society injustice they faced in ancient Greece. This focused on the inner lives of his characters, particularly women, and more realistic, his less heroic portray of mythic figures as a significant departure from his Conrads. Astronaut, the strategist, used humor to point out society's problems. Economist was an ancient Greek playwright known as the father of comedy, flourishing in the 5th and 4th centuries BCE. He was a master strategist who used sharp wit, parody, and humor to critic the political the politic and social issues of contemporary Athens. His surviving works, including like Lostria, the Clouds, and the Frogs, frequently targeted paranormal figures, the Athena democracy, the Peloponnesian War, social industries. Through his comedies, he addressed serious society problems such as political corruption, and war, promoting his audiences to reflect on their own society even while laughing. His clever use of humor, used to highlight the flaws in society, has a lasting impact on comedic and satirical writing throughout history. For further more information of his life works, you can explore resources like of those provided by Austria's Entry and the Barnacle website or the Ancient History a complete entry. These four men are like Steven Slegberg. If you don't know who Steven Slegberg is, Steven Slegberg is a high influential American film director, screenwriter, and producer. Widely regulated on one of his most famous success in history. They're also somewhat like Marvel writers and Saturday Night Live creators of ancient Greece, all rolled into different people. Each playwright had their own style. Socrates was the master storyteller, Eparis was the rebel, and Ostrates was the class clown who always had to make a point. If you could meet one of these playwrights, what would you ask them about creating these stories that are still famous today? I would ask them how they portrayed details that they didn't really know how to say out loud. Theater as the heart of Greek life. Amazing civil facts. Theater festivals were religious holidays. Everyone got time off work. Wealthy citizens sponsored plays as their duty to the community, and poor citizens got free tickets paid for by the government. Plays taught moral lessons and shared cultural values. Imagine your whole town, rich and poor, young and old, gathering together for 3 days of plays, food, and celebration. That's what Greek festivals were like. Greeks used theater to teach about right and wrong, to honor their gods, and to discuss important issues facing their society. It was like combining a movie festival, a church service, and a town hall meeting into one huge community event. Theater wasn't just entertainment, it was how Greeks learned, worshipped, and came together as a community. Today, we've traveled through the world of Greek theater, from the powerful tragedies that made people examine their lives and the hilarious comedians that made them laugh while learning. Key takeaways: Greeks invented both tragedy and comedy that still influence movies and plays today. Greek playwrights like Socrates and Apollomenes were master storytellers whose work lasted thousands of years. Theater brought entire communities together and taught important life lessons. Every time you watch a superhero movie with a tragic hero or a comedy that makes fun of politics, you're experiencing something that started in ancient Greece. Try writing your own Greek style play. Will it be a tragedy about a hero's difficult choice or a comedy that pokes fun at someone in your world? Join us next time and we'll explore how festivals influenced Greek lives. Bye!